No clear next step leads to instant overwhelm. And this is why people find themselves avoiding rooms for months, or decluttering 5 things and then all of a sudden needing a nap, or circling the house, pretending like you're getting ready before actually taking action to do things, or classically defaulting to scrolling through Instagram or TikTok or social media instead. And it's not a lack of motivation, it's a lack of clarity, which essentially is what clutter is. Clutter really comes down to a lack of clarity. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So some of you are going to have the New Year's resolution to declutter your stuff and to create a home that feels super supportive and happy and peaceful and tranquil and like all of the good feeling things. And some of you are going to walk into that first room to declutter and you're going to start pulling things out, make this big pile, and immediately feel overwhelmed. You're going to just stare at that pile like it's personally betrayed you. It's amazing how fast that freeze response can kick in. And it's not because you're doing anything wrong. It's just because your brain doesn't necessarily know what's happening next. Right now, it just feels like a pile. It just feels like a mess. And there's no right next step aside from just diving in, and that can feel overwhelming. So today we're going to talk about why decluttering can feel so emotionally heavy in the sense of just feeling paralyzed or overwhelmed or wanting to procrastinate and not do anything, and how one tiny, simple little thing, having a really good holistic plan, can change all of that. So first of all, amongst many other things, decluttering isn't just physical, it's also neurological. You're asking your brain to make hundreds, if not thousands, of micro decisions as you go through the process of decluttering an entire room or an entire house. Every little question, should I keep this? But what if I let it go? But what if the super special storyline thing happens in the future that makes me need this one thing that I haven't used in 5 years? Comes to be, what if somebody gets offended? Like all of these just different little decisions. Where should I put this thing? Does this still fit me? Maybe I'll lose weight and it'll fit me later. Like you have all of these little micro decisions that can really weigh on your emotions and cause these emotional responses, which can just drain your energy in the first place. It feels very ambiguous. And a lot of times our nervous systems will perceive ambiguity as danger. We're not sure what it is or what it means or what's next. And that uncertainty is very unsettling. No clear next step leads to instant overwhelm. And this is why people find themselves avoiding rooms for months, or decluttering 5 things and then all of a sudden needing a nap, or circling the house, pretending like you're getting ready before actually taking action to do things, or classically defaulting to scrolling through Instagram or TikTok or social media instead. And it's not a lack of motivation. It's a lack of clarity, which essentially is what clutter is. Clutter really comes down to a lack of clarity. But that's exactly why having a really good holistic plan is so powerful, because your brain is not having to play defensive mode in the background all the time. It's not having to, I don't know what to do with this. Oh, I don't know what to do with that. Because you have this roadmap, it's like your nervous system can relax. And I found having a solid plan to be the most important thing for getting your emotions on board. If you're somebody who feels like emotionally overrun every time you go to declutter, the overwhelm, feeling paralyzed by the clutter, feeling sentimental, sad, stressed, or anxious, like maybe you're making the wrong decision, all of that can oftentimes be at least subdued by having a really solid plan. So your brain trusts what it can predict. One psychological study by Peter Gowitzer found that simply having a plan of writing down if this, then that increased follow through by 42%. Just saying, if this happens, if you just had a surgery, if I start feeling pain, I'm going to sit down and rest for 5 minutes and then stand up and try again. Just having some, if this happens, then that, or this is my next step. Just having that written down with nothing else changing increased follow through by 42%. And it's not actually because people became more committed, but it's because their nervous system was able to then relax and allow things to progress. So when your brain knows what the purpose of a space is, or what belongs there, or what you're working toward, what your goal is, and what the next tiny step or the next right step is, it stops sounding all of those alarm bells. And you can shift out of survival mode and into support mode, which is where we want to be. So all of that energy becomes usable again. And then clutter becomes something you can move through instead of something that's happening to you. A powerful plan flips this entire process. It makes the future the filter. A really good plan gives you a clear destination, predefined zones, and a sense of purpose for each area of your home. You get emotional safety. You get a built-in energy conservation and a more compassionate path forward. Because when you can see a home you're building, your decisions finally have context. But it's really important to understand that it's not about perfection. People hear plan and they start thinking of just rigid, restrictive, maybe color-coded perfection. But a good decluttering plan is actually flexible. It evolves as you evolve. It adapts to real life, real energy, and real emotions. Your brain doesn't need perfection. It needs a path. So even a simple outline, something tiny and doable, can really change the entire relationship with your home. So I encourage you to start today with a plan. We're all about pulling out our planners and writing down goals for January. Start working on a plan for your actual home, what you want to feel in each space, what belongings belong in those spaces in order to make you the most successful when you get down to going through and decluttering those spaces. And of course, if you want to join me and my students for our plug and play decluttering home plan, it's $25 to join. So I'll have the link for that down in the description. And we'll be doing that here very soon in January. So you can see all of the dates and times on that page. This isn't one of those creating a mood board type of classes. We're actually going to be going through some psychological, environmental engineering and planning for flow and functionality in each room of your home. And we're going to be doing it together. It's an implementation workshop. So I'll be there with you. We'll be going through each of the steps live and following through with creating the plan each step of the way together. So again, if that's something you're interested in, you can check out the link below. But regardless, this 2026, I encourage you and I challenge you to make an actual plan for your home. I'll chat with you next week.